journalism. No bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It was why we sang and danced in the night, why we lit fires that burned through the night, why we chose a flag colored in freedom, for now we would be kings in this our kingdom. But our first head of state was Igbo, and the next, though a soldier, also Igbo. Then Angas ruled, followed by Hausa, and then came the turn of Yoruba. Then Hausa came back for a term cut short, when power was taken by an Hausa gunshot. Then Quadry claimed his turn to rule, but a mandate stolen was his downfall. Then Kanuri came, and it's quite probable that he'll still be ruling if not for that apple. Then Yoruba returned, not once, but twice. Then Hausa returned, but died in peace. Then he left us a while to worry and wonder. When it was over, Ijo had power, and after him came that titanic shift. And now we can see that Hausa is back, leaving me with this troublesome thought: where in all this is my own president? For where I was born is not where I'm from, and where I'm from is not my home. So when the tribes gather, I often wonder, who will I fight when you're both my brothers? Nobody asked when we were children, before we play, are you a Muslim? We shared a space that nobody claimed, but now you ask me to choose a side. When we were students, nobody asked if North and South could share a desk, if East and West could study together, but now you tell me that I'm a stranger. Stranger, yes, to these ways of thinking that tribe is everything. The Niger and Benue, they meet in my hand. I'm not an indigent, but this is my land. And this is my language, I speak nothing else. My home is here, I know nothing else. My tribe is my nation, I am nothing else. And this is my country, I have nowhere else. And so though people are quick to assure me, to tell me this country I live in is free, deep in my heart I know that freedom, my freedom, is yet to come, when no one will question my origin, when no one will call me a non-indigent, when no one will kill me because of my faith, when no one will cheat me because of my state, when my state will be wherever I live and will change whenever I choose to move, the day I find not a Nigerian president, but that a Nigerian is finally president. And so, while the flag of ethnicity still flutters over this land of two shining rivers, and the tribes take their turn to misgovern my country, I look to the future, for I'm not yet free.
Credible journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The big weekend.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Great evening to you, Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to Hard Facts. It's Monday, 1st of July, 2024. I am Sheriff Quadry. Yes, it's afternoon, right? Yeah. It's good to be here. It's good to be at the driver's seat, the driver's side of things on Hard Facts today. Maryann couldn't make it in because she's got an assignment all the way in Borno State that we sent her to go and do an exclusive for us. And when she returns, you would get to find out exactly what she went to go and do, okay? Yeah, she'll be careful. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, she'll be careful. She's well provided for to embark on that trip for that all-important assignment. Meantime, we're stuck this week on Hard Fact, myself and yourself out there. It's a pleasure to be here once again. Let me take you through what the plan is like on Hard Facts. So we're going to do Big 3, Big Weekend. All true because at 4:45 we have the match between France and Belgium up next. I can't wait to watch that game in the Euros 2024. Femi and the gang will be in here to bring you live commentaries of that game. Meantime, let's get on with the big weekend. We can't mention the big weekend without this particular incident. Take a listen to it.
Because to me, if you call me now for Villa, I won't go there. I won't go there. Don't you see how young I am? Because Because the stress is so much. The stress of Nigeria is so much. If God managed bring you out of it, you should glorify God. And thank God for the Lord's doing. Because He's marvelous in His eyes. He has taken you there once. Why do you want to go there again? Yeah, I won't go. I need peace, so I need your love.
Don't you just miss Mama Peace? Oh wow, that was one highlight of the weekend. Really, she brought that spice back. I watched it with a couple of friends, and nobody. We were just laughing all through because there's just something about Mama Peace that it just brings that I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. We just feel relaxed in a way, really. Maybe it's in the way she talks or what she says or how she says the things that she says. You know, it's just funny, really. It's just funny. Well, that's got nothing to do with the big weekend, really. It's just that I felt, we couldn't have mentioned the big three, the big weekend, and not mention that, as a matter of fact. Let's start with this one that happened during the weekend as well. It's about the biggest story in the country right now, and it's about the helicopter belonging to Nigeria Air Force that crashed in the early hours of Monday in Tami Village, Igabi local government there. We'll go back to the weekend proper, really. But this happened early hours on Monday. Spokesman of the Nigeria Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gapquet, in a statement said that it was a minor setback. That it will not disturb any ongoing operation whatsoever. He put out a statement. He says because there had already been several news reports that it was a helicopter crash, right? But then the Air Force came out to say that no, contrary to what you have heard, what you have seen, what you have read, that it wasn't a helicopter crash. That you need to be aware of that. They said it was an unmanned aerial vehicle. Aka drone, that experienced a mishap after takeoff for a mission at a location near Rumji village. That's about 15 kilometers from the base. Since it is an unmanned vehicle, according to the Air Force, there was no casualties on board or on the ground, whether it was in the air or on the ground, no casualties whatsoever. But they said they are investigating what could have led to that crash. But that's on a side. Our main conversation on this story is to examine the number of crashes. Abi, Shebi, this one, nobody died, Abi. And it was an unmanned aerial vehicle. But let's look at the crashes that involve Nigeria Air Force aircrafts. In March this year, there was a crash. The Super Mushak trainer aircraft in March 2024. Last year in 2023, there was a helicopter crash. That one crashed shortly after it took off for an operation against oil bunkering and all of those things in Rivers State. That was in 2023. In 2021, very horrific crash happened. At least 20 military officers died within 3 months in 3 crashes involving Nigeria Air Force jets. Now, one of those crashes took the life of the then Chief of Army Staff. Remember him, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atohiro. It was bad. It was horrible. This was in 2021. In fact, specifically May 21, 2021. That happened near the Kaduna International Airport. Now, let me give you some numbers so that you know how important this conversation is. The Nigeria Air Force is the youngest arm of the Nigerian military. As young as it is one of the largest in Africa. So it's no small feat that we have Nigeria Air Force, one of the largest in Africa. In fact, Nigeria Air Force ranked 67th in the world in terms of power ranking. 67th. That is no small number. We are not doing badly at all when it comes to Air Force. Let's go back to Buhari's regime between 2015 and 2021. Abi? Under Buhari's regime, the Nigerian Air Force bought about 38 new aircraft. In fact, they inducted, not just buying alone, because sometimes you can buy, but then you will not have taken delivery of it and everything, so we can't count that really. But between these 8 years, within this time, 38 new aircraft were inducted into the Nigeria Air Force fleet. Now, this strengthened Nigeria Air Force air power from 2015 to 2021. In fact, the number says that the serviceability status increased from before Buhari, which was 35%, to 72% in 2021. From 35% to 72%. Now, data from the World Directory of Modern Military Aircraft shows that the service, that's the Nigeria Air Force, has 138 total units in its active aircraft inventory. 138 is not too much, but it's not bad. Out of these 138, we have excellent readiness of crafts at 110 out of the 138. 110, they are good to go at any time. Now, if you put this in percentage, 80% of the time, the Nigeria Air Force is good to go. That's excellent. The Nigeria Air Force has recorded three crashes in 2023. In fact, the Air Force recorded 16 air crashes between 2015 and 2023. 16. Resulting in the loss of 17 aircraft and 33 personnel. It's unfortunate. With all of the serviceability ratings that we have, with all of the number of aircraft that we have, in just 8 years, 17 aircraft crashes. That's about an average of 2 crafts every year. Kilode, what's going on? Nigeria Air Force. What is happening? It's almost like one shouldn't be hearing of these sort of numbers. What could be the cause of these frequent crashes? In 8 years, 17 crashes. In 8 years. Between 2015 and 2023. What is going on? That's our first story. Let me see if I can quickly squeeze in our second story before the break. And this is about state governments, state governors that are running the local government affairs. We will not stop talking about it. Because reports surfaced over the weekend, reports done by the Punch newspaper. Good report, I must add. Brilliant report. 21 states in the country are currently running their local government councils with caretaker committee. Some call them transition committee. Some you just gave them all kinds of names. They are running the affairs of the local government councils with these committees as dictated by the state governors. Let me break things down for you. Currently right now, when they want to share money, the FAG, 52.68% of that money will go to the federal. States will get 26.72. Local government will get 20.60. Now, forget about the local government share, because this 20.60 is going to be put into an account jointly owned, jointly operated by the state. I don't even want to be using the jointly, because largely the states control this money. They give to local government whatever they feel the local government needs. So LG funds are paid into a joint account. Again, I don't believe that they are jointly operating it, especially in most states. Let's look at these states. June this year, in fact, just a couple of days ago, the government of Jigawa dissolved the elected council chairman in 27 local government of the state. Same last month, June, in Anambra State, the Governor Soludo, through the assembly, appointed transition committee chairman, appointed transition councillors. Go to the North Central in Kwara State. The last election that was held in Kwara State was in 2017. 2017. Come to Imo. The last election that was held there was 2018, August 25, 2018. In Zamfara, their own was 2019. In Rivers, Governor Fubara just dissolved the committee, and then today, before I came up on air, they announced the new dates for local government election. So their election for local government offices will be held October 5. Commendable. But you should have done it before dissolving the council. There are other states that are guilty. Yobe, Ondo, Osun, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Katsina, Enugu, they are there. But let's go to break. Then we'll come back to finish up on the second story. Stay here on Hard Facts, the big weekend.
In the midst of it all,
we
talk to inform.
Talking about politicians, I have a story on Knox Trail closure of broadcast stations by Zamfara government.
Be part of the conversation around the clock.
Everything is interwoven.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk.
Leverage on our broadcast 24/7.
For rich conversation, great talk, and current affairs.
Real, recognize real.
Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
In a world where misinformation runs rampant, one show stands apart from the rest. Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Let's talk Lagos. Welcome back to Hard Facts. The big weekend is what we're looking at. Two stories down, as a matter of fact. The first one, of course, you heard it so loudly. The crashes, one too many crashes involving Nigeria Air Force planes, helicopters, whatever, even unmanned area vehicles, UAVs, drones, if you like, as it happened early today. The second story, of course, is how state governors are using caretaker committees to run the affairs of states. Jigawa, Anambra, Kwara, Imo, Zamfara, Rivers currently right now, Ondo, Oshun, Sokoto, Yobe, Cross River, Abia, Plateau, Bauchi, Enugu, Katsina, Kano, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Oshun. Yeah. 21 of them running the affairs of their states with transition committee, a caretaker committee. Who will stop the state governors from being dictatorial over local government affairs? Who will? Who will stop the governors? The case is currently before a court in Abuja, a federal high court in Abuja. The federal government is saying they are praying that the court should stop the governors from interfering with the funds of local government. They should stop them from dissolving democratically elected council chairmen, because look, conduct elections the same way they do for you at the state level, the same way they do at the federal level. They conduct elections. Why should you have to wait till their tenure expires before you start saying you want to dissolve them and put caretaker committee with no lifespan? Okay, so look, let's put it plain and bluntly on the table. Even the state houses of assembly, they are guilty, because they are the ones that the state governors will run to go and amend some local government law somewhere so that they can extend the tenure or put a caretaker committee, whatever, people there. And after the first tenure of 6 months, usually, some give the caretaker committee, whatever, transition 1 year, but usually 6 months. Then they keep extending. They keep extending till whenever the governor decides, oh yeah, now let's do election. So the state houses of assembly, they are guilty, they are complicit. They are. Now, with the kind of power and influence, the gravitas these governors wield, do you think the High Court will be able to rule in favor of the federal government by removing the local government from beneath, from under? Let's use the word stranglehold of the governors, because that's what's happening. The local government cannot do anything anymore. They're being strangulated by state governors. No development of the grassroots. No development whatsoever. Let's come to the telephone lines. We'll come to the very sad event in Gwoza in a moment, but if you'd like to still speak to it, please go ahead and speak to it. It's okay, but that's our third story on the big weekend today. 277-0993, 277-1993, 277-2993, and 277-3993. Before you dial the number, remember the code is 0201. Once you dial 0201, then follow it up with the numbers, and you'll get through to me. If you're watching online, you can drop your comment on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. Drop your comment there, I'll come take them. WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. We've got a sponsorship coming up at 3:45. Don't despair. Once the sponsorship is over, we'll continue with our conversation on the big weekend, so there's no need to worry, all right? We've got the time. Stay here with me. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Sherifo.
Yes, please. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is the Maryann man.
Welcome.
Yeah. The 1999 Constitution made it clear that the local government is the third tier of government, and it was not meant to be appendaged to any other organ of government. But due to corruption and self-centeredness of our politicians, they continue to make sure they manipulate every aspect of protocols that should enhance local government autonomy. It is only this reason you see politicians as state governors who don't want to work and fight against insecurities in their various states as a result of the security votes they collect. Until we have people who have the feelings of their people at heart, that the issue of local government, the autonomy will be a thing of reality. Then, on the Air Force plane that have been crashing, I don't know if I will say it is sabotage or would I say it is as a result of a natural causes, because anytime you see the military coming up to tell us that they are fighting and they are at upper hand of fighting against the terrorism, you will begin to see the issue of crashes here and there.
Thank you.
I remember a powerful Yoruba, one lady really fought against the terrorists during the Jonathan's administration. She was silenced and she was killed. So I don't know if it's sabotage or natural causes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your thought. I appreciate it. Kelvin joins us right now. Kelvin, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Sheriff, I greet you.
I salute you.
You see, the problem I have in this country is that I've said it several times that laws are there for us. The laws are not the problem. It is the people that are supposed to abide by the laws that are the problem. That's why anytime they come up with this issue of let us look at the constitution, change the constitution applies the military, they are not laugh at all of them. Because it is the same people that are going to be the ones to apply these laws, or even though the constitution is changed. It is clear that there's no space for caretaker committees in our constitution. It is clear. It is illegal. Those caretakers
yes, it is.
It is illegal.
Yes, it is. It is.
All of them know. Some of these state governors are lawyers now. They know. But they will not do it. So that's why anytime my counsel is frustrated by the military, I don't listen to them because they're not serious people. So let us begin to do things right. And let the state assemblies start standing for the people. The state assemblies belong to the people, not to the governors. The state assemblies have to stand for the people. That is the way the constitution, the democratic constitutional countries are run. So that's it. And for the military, the regular crashes, I think it's one crash too many, and something needs to be done, and it will be done fast. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thanks for sharing your thought. It's 3:34. Good afternoon to you.
Chief Quadry.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is Mr. Frank.
You're welcome.
Yes. The aircraft, is there no any video that shows the event where the incident happened? Is there nothing like that? Can you hear me?
No, go on. Make your point.
No,
let's hear you. Let's hear you. So it's an accident. So it's really possible for anybody to be recording it when it's happening.
Because anytime things like this happen, they will deny that nothing like that happened. But thank God, if they say that nobody died, no problem. Thank God for that. Then for the local government and the governors and the federal government suing them to court, I think that the federal government might win that case because now they have increased the salaries of the judges and the chief justice. And
you think that is why they would win?
I think that is why they will win, and they are the one who took the matter to court. The federal government is the one who took the matter to court.
You don't think it's a matter of law?
Then the federal government and the chief justice and the higher judges there will follow the law. Since the thing is in the law, then they will explain the law to the junior lawyers that are in other states.
I don't agree with you, but that's okay. That's fine.
That is just what I'm thinking. Because then sometimes it seems to be as if they are working hand to hand.
Okay.
But whatever or however the thing wants to be, let them return the local government autonomy and mind on their own state autonomy. This is where greed works. They're supposed to calm down. Greed should go in this country so that
Thank you.
Working fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Frank. Thank you. Efyong is here. Efyong, how are you doing?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. My name is Efyong, calling from Jushaga.
You're welcome.
I got to be present now. I'm doing serious fasting for Nigeria. Because since I born, no good news. Every day, different type of news. It's so sad for Nigerians, more especially the youth in the streets. Okay, Sheriff, did they hear me?
I hear you.
It's very sad. We come up for food. We talk of this one. We talk of complaint. It's tiring. I tell my wife to pack my village and my children to the village.
Why?
So that I can think for what to do, either to go to Cotonou or Ghana, any neighboring country. Because Nigeria, when I sleep and wake up listening to radio, it always breaks my heart. I don't know that you are getting me.
I'm with you. I'm listening to you.
Sorry, sir. It's so broken. I don't look like any future. Thank you.
Thank you, Effiong. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. 337. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Sheriff.
Good afternoon to you.
Sheriff, good afternoon.
Yes, please.
This is Happiness from Ikorodu.
Welcome, Happiness. Welcome.
Yes. Sheriff, talking about the helicopters, you understand? The Air Force stuff, you understand?
Right.
You know, don't you think those helicopters are old? Because the time I stayed in Jos, you know, if you stay close to Old Airport Redfield, you could see those helicopters. They look old. Very old. So I think they should get new ones.
Okay.
Enjoy your day.
You too. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. The other day, I think it was last week, Uncle Jimmy had some aviation experts in the studio, and they spoke about the age of aircraft and what it means and what it could potentially mean as well for safety. And it was stated very clearly that it really doesn't matter how old an aircraft is. It's about maintenance. What are you doing about the maintenance of the said craft? If it's well maintained, then you're good to go. And I mean, if you fly regularly, I think that you would notice some of the commercial airlines that you fly in Nigeria here even. And I'm also aware that it's not limited to Nigeria alone. It's all about maintenance, really. The question is, are these crafts well maintained? All the craft in the fleet of the Nigeria Air Force, are they all maintained? Are we maintaining them the way we should? Or is this just pure acts of sabotage? I mean, how do you explain 17 crashes in just 8 years? I mean, 8 years is small in the life of an aircraft. 17 crashes. How do you explain that? It's an average of 2 per year. Good evening to you. Oh, it's afternoon, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. Yes, please. You're welcome.
Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome.
Afternoon. This is Malik speaking.
Welcome, Malik. Welcome.
Sheriff, we've not seen anything. For the love of money, we don't care about people's soul. Do you know what it takes to train a pilot? Mostly a jet or a fighter plane pilot that will lose how many you said in 8 years? You know the thing, we don't care about how much we spend. That is why a road will be given 3 billion to be done. The next rain season, the road is gone. The government does not care about how much you're putting anything. But the people let that person make money. Sheriff, the last time you were talking about the Maryann aircraft, I wanted to call and I don't know if you watch this program, Air Crash Investigation. Have you seen it? It's on Najo.
No, I
watch that program. They will tell you that an aircraft is as old, no matter how old it is, when you maintain it. They don't have age limits. They don't have age limits. If you have spent almost 12 billion for 11 months for an aircraft, and you're comparing a Maryann aircraft is what's good, and your predecessor spent 6 billion, who is fooling who? The next thing is because now I don't collapse, now the money plenty. Instead of, look, Sheriff, we are not ready. We are not ready because we are filled up with greed and selfishness. When I tell that the older ones teach the young ones how to steal more, you don't believe me. Check every past government. The new one that's going away will steal more than the old one. So tell me now, Sheriff, we get problem. Now make tomatoes 3 na 1,000 naira. We get problem. You dey drive truck, we carry food for road. They go say, when you pay for produce. They go stop you. And the governors are aware of it. And they say the country is hard. And you're saying you're doing palliative, spending more money.
Thank you, Malik. Thank you.
Very good evening. Have a good afternoon. I get road.
Good afternoon. Drive safely. Let me take some messages quickly. Okay, you know what? Prince YS is on the line. Let's speak to Prince YS. Prince YS, good afternoon to you. Hello, Prince YS. Oh, what a shame. Oh, Prince YS.
Oh, my God. I am here.
The network is really bad. I'm sorry.
It's very
Can I move fast?
I'm really sorry you can't, because we can't hear you, really. Thank you for trying. Appreciate your effort. Trust me, I know how it is. I've been there myself, trying to call a radio station. But the network's really bad. Olushoga Ajayi on WhatsApp says, as far as I'm concerned, Nigeria only has 2 tiers of government. The third one is just a living dead, and it's supposed to be the closest to Nigerians. Local government autonomy should be granted in reality, not just on paper. As Olushoga, who dropped that, Olushoga, thank you for sharing your thought. 17 air crashes in 8 years. Our leaders are competent in wastefulness, and unfortunately, nobody has been sacked for misconduct. It's sad. That's Henry from Shagamu. I think that's what you wanted to write here. Well, thank you, Henry, for sharing. Chris in Accra. Chris says, I like the development out of Rivers State this afternoon as regards LG. With 93 days to the election, the recently ended local government chairman and the caretaker committee chairman, all of them won't have access to the council from now till then. Good master stroke by Governor Sim. Power rests with government, not administered. That's Chris who dropped that. Chris, thank you for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. I'm going to cross over now to YouTube. Estelle Bolly on YouTube says, I miss Mama Peace a great deal. Her tenure had a thing of comic relief, not this present choking one. Can you see the indifference in the tone of the colors? We're just fed up as a people. That's Estelle Bolly who dropped that message on YouTube. It's 3:43 going on 44. We'll take a break to bring you some commercials at 3:45. Then we'll have the news afterwards. And then I'll be back to take more of your reactions to the big weekend stories this afternoon. Can we squeeze in this one? I think we can. Let's see if the person can wrap up in 45 seconds. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Sharif. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah,
This is who? Sorry?
It's Sharif. It's quite unfortunate that we have a system called oligarchy for the past 20 years now.
I've got about 20 more seconds for you.
Hello?
Yes, go on.
So we have oligarchy system, not democracy. These people that are ruling us, they are just taking decisions unnecessarily. They put the laws aside. And the people they key in judiciary in every sector are the people that obey them.
Thank you.
And this is the reason why we remain where we are.
Thank you. Thank you for your thought. Appreciate it. I must step aside right now. Stay here, Lagos. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're not done yet, okay?
In a world where misinformation runs rampant, one show stands apart from the rest. Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Feminism is just another word for equality. It means equality, and no one would object equality, no one should object equality, and it just means that women should have equal rights as men.
Those moments that give us vital nourishment, like the bond of sharing meal times with family and friends. the quiet comfort of a morning routine. And the nourishment we get from Kerrygold milk, enriched with great taste and essential nutrients for a healthy body. Yum! These are the things that really matter, the things that make us full. So enrich your body, savor the moment. Choose Kerrygold milk. Kerrygold milk, tradition of great taste.
It all starts with you.
You need information. We need your views.
Most of all, your officer and your official, they are very, very corrupt in that system.
Yeah, the deed has been done as regards to the disaster.
All the time we will come here and complain about insecurity. And this military are doing well today. We are not commending them.
You're part of Nigeria Info.
You're part of the conversation.
99.3.
Let's talk.
The big weekend.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the next 15 minutes is brought to you by none other than Kerrygold. Yes, you may have heard about Kerrygold before, but it is never too late to hear about Kerrygold once again. Ladies and gentlemen, you should know a few things about Kerrygold. One thing you should know about them is that this milk, yes, Kerrygold milk, this milk is a milk made in the tradition of great taste. And it is known for elevating food experiences every day. And today they have decided to elevate our experience on the show by just bringing clear information. Now, you've probably heard about Kerrygold before. It does not mean that you cannot hear about Kerrygold again, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about this before, but we are not scared to talk about it again. I mean that Kerrygold is promoting the family experience, as in wholesome nourishment for the whole family. You see, Kerrygold believes that the nourishment that is best for you is best served delicious. Yes, you'd rather have something delicious than something good for you. So you might as well make that nourishment, make it delicious. Kerrygold also believes that nourishment exceeds what we eat. Creating memories and bonding with the family that matters can also be nourishing for not just our body, but for our mental health. Yes, the food you eat is important, but who you eat it with also elevates, how that goes down with you. You see, Kerrygold is sourced by from healthy grass-fed cows and loved for its rich, creamy taste. Packed with nutrients such as calcium, protein, carbohydrates, and vitamins. All the nutrients that you could ever possibly need from your milk. These 4 classes of food and more are available inside Kerrygold. We're talking about the family experience. Now, you know that when you share things with the ones you love the most, it definitely means more and it definitely tracks more. It just has much more impact than it usually would when it comes to, feeding with your family. That, of course, usually lunch is not it. But you are definitely looking forward to the first meal of the day, breakfast, and you are looking forward to the last meal of the day, dinner with your loved ones. There are many people who know that if they don't do it with their family, it just doesn't have the same impact. Now, Kerrygold itself comes in 2 major variants, namely full cream and Avantage. Avantage is spelled Avantage. Yes, Avantage, both colored green and blue. Green for the full cream and Avantage is colored blue. Now, if you are looking for your Kerrygold, you should be going to the closest supermarket close to you, the kiosk, the aboki guy carrying it around you. You can definitely find Kerrygold in every size. When I say every size, I mean every size, guys. I'm talking about 400 grams, 900 grams, as well as 2.5 kilograms. Yes, and this is for the tin variant. Now, in the pouch variant, it is available in 320 grams. It's also available in 800 gram pouches And when it comes to sachets, it is available in 12-gram sachets, and you have it in 25 kg bags. That's the god of them all. That's the one that definitely we know that when you buy it, you know you have an actual multitude to feed. Or not, you just love your milk, and Kerry Gold is the choice as it were. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking to keep up with activities, all the activities when it comes to Kerry Gold, for instance, in the last month there was World Milk Day, which was June the 1st. And those of you who do not know, World Milk Day is a special day set aside to recognize and celebrate the importance of milk as a global food. And it is indeed a global food, a very, very popular source of protein, one of the most veritable, if you ask me, in the world, as it were. And the 1st of June has been set aside every year to celebrate, and that was what Kerry Gold did. There we got to appreciate the nutritious and delicious value that milk brings to our meals. It occurs, like I said before, on the 1st of June every year. Now, this particular year, Kerry Gold decided to throw a 2-day party to celebrate it. It was a weekend of gold standard enjoyment. When we say gold standard, we're not just exaggerating. For you to check this out, you could go to Kerry Gold's social media pages, which I will give you in just a bit. Now, the party featured engaging games and activities, as well as various treats made with Kerry Gold milk. You definitely cannot, and all the nutrients we mentioned before, calcium, vitamins, carbohydrates, it was all there, obviously. Not as party guests, but nutrients in the food. Now, remember to keep up with activities, all things Kerry Gold. You could go to the Instagram handle, which is at Kerry Gold Nigeria, one word. On Facebook, it is Kerry Gold Nigeria. Search and you'll definitely get it. And on X, it is at Kerry Gold NG. Go there and keep tabs on all activities Kerry Gold. You definitely do not want to miss out on those videos. I mean, if you're not there yourself, you should be looking to find out, about all the things that went down Kerry Gold. Now, we have in the past few weeks been giving away a lot of stuff on the Kerry Gold hour. But this time around, it's not quite the case. Then again, we have, had the pleasure of sharing all this information with you. Yes, how you can get your Kerry Gold and just what milk means. I mean, obviously, you should know definitely that milk is what it is when it comes to one of the kings of nutrients, if you ask me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, remember, Kerry Gold is available in the full cream package as well as the Avantage package. Full cream colored green and the Avantage colored blue. Make sure you are looking for it in your favorite supermarket, the one closest to you. Remember also that Kerry Gold comes in different sizes. I'm talking 400 gram, 900 gram, and 250 kilograms tins. You can also find it in 12-gram sachets. Yes, the King Kili size, as we'd always see. You can find it in 25 kg bags, very, very huge. And you can also get it in 320-gram sizes, as well as 800 gram
It's very easy to forget the joy and sweet part of normal things, like the time then when we dey bond and nourish our body wella, and the happiness wey we dey get when we dey chop together with family and friends. The way morning work dey sweet for body, and the better nourishment wey we dey get from Kerry Gold milk wey get great taste and correct nutrients for a healthy body. Correct! Dis na the things wey really matter, the things wey dey make us full ground. So, nourish your body and enjoy the moment. Choose Kerry Gold milk. Kerry Gold milk, tradition of great taste.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were saying that the last 15 minutes or so has been brought to you by none other than Kerry Gold Milk. Kerry Gold Nigeria, responsible for making this wonderful product. And of course, we know that Kerry Gold has a tradition in great taste and definitely is known for elevating the food experiences of Nigerians everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. And today we are elevating your experience on this show. We have said that Kerry Gold in the past 1 month celebrated World Milk Day. If you were not there, you could always go to the social media handles of Kerry Gold to find out, just how that day went, and just not take my word for it. I said it was gold standard in celebration, but you probably think I am hyping too much here. So just go out there and check it for yourselves. Now the handles are on Instagram at Kerry Gold Nigeria, on X at Kerry Gold NG. Yes, Kerry Gold NG, one word. And on Facebook, it is at Kerry Gold Nigeria. I'll remind you again, on Facebook, it's at Kerry Gold Nigeria. On Instagram, it is at Kerry Gold Nigeria, one word. And on X, it is Kerry Gold NG. Go there and find out what this whole tradition of great taste is all about. Remember, you can have Kerry Gold with your favorite cereals. I'm talking your waffles, your pancakes, your pap. Yes, you can have it with your gari. Anything that deserves milk deserves Kerry Gold. And within this pack, that's your 250, that 320 gram size you probably bought, or that 12 gram size you probably bought, whatever the size, you have packed into it calcium, vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, all
updated with all the current news. From policies to politics, economies, local and foreign news. We keep you updated on all the happenings. Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Almost. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about Kerry Gold. Now, remember that time spent with your family in nourishment definitely matters more than when you eat alone. So you are definitely should be thinking about spending time with your family while enjoying your nourishing Kerry Gold milk, especially in any size or any form you want to enjoy. Remember the handles at Kerry Gold NG on X, Kerry Gold Nigeria on Instagram, and Kerry Gold Nigeria on Facebook. Go there, follow, and keep up with all the activities.
It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
And now the business news. Business news.
99.3 Nigeria Info. You are listening to the business news this hour. A business financier, Rex Ayo Adebanjo, is advocating the opening of specific mining sites and heavy investment in production to rescue the Naira. He says changing the Federal Account Allocation Committee policy is one of the ways to make the Naira rebound. Ayo Adebanjo noted that the Naira has to be backed by value, which is mostly gotten from the productivity of the economy. He was speaking on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire. Speaking further, the investment banker said there is a need for government to improve the nation's security, education, and the power sector as well. He believes improvement in these sectors will increase productivity. Meanwhile, the government says it is making significant progress in its infrastructure projects despite the recent heavy rains. The government says it remains committed to completing these projects on schedule to improve travel experiences for residents. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho for Lagos State, highlighted the ongoing projects such as the Okwebi-Mende Link Bridge and the adjoining roads, the Aworo-Jobe Link Bridge in Maryland, the Agidi, Demoren and Church Street Network, and the St. Fimbars Road. Omotosho says when completed, these roads will ease traffic congestion. The Lagos State government is also set to unveil the Labour Management Information System in its bid to further tackle unemployment in the state. Acting Executive Secretary for the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, Feyisara Alayande, disclosed this at a press conference in Alausa, Ikeja. Alayande says that the initiative, which will be unveiled at the Lagos Employment Summit taking place on Wednesday, will enable access to funding and dignified jobs. She says the summit is aimed at creating job opportunities and employment in the state government's bid to reduce the unemployment rate in Lagos State. Special advisor to the governor, media and publicity, Boyega Akosile, who joined partners at the briefing, said the summit was in line with the themes plus developmental agenda to create value and wealth while scaling up businesses in the state. He urged residents to key into the program. That's the Business News Lagos. I am Yvonne Ohafo. You are listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria's hub for information,
News,
sports, and more.
get involved. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
We are Nigeria Info.
Nigeria's hub for information,
News,
sports, and more.
get involved. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
The big weekend.
Welcome back to the big weekend here on Hard Facts, Nigeria Info 99.3. It's 4 minutes past the hour. Remember that at 4:45 we'll be leaving the studio for Femi and the gang for the coverage of the UEFA Euros 2024. France, Belgium. That should be some type of match that nobody should miss for anything. I mean, it's been drama all through the competition, really. That said, let's head back to our conversation. Shall we do that right away? Okay. Let me do this first. Good. Now, let's take a look at our last story on the big weekend. We've dealt with two. You can still comment on V2 that we've talked about. But let's talk about that really horrible story that happened in Borno, Goza, to be precise. 4 suicide bombers hit Borno. It was a coordinated bomb blast. In fact, the update as of the last time before coming on air was 23 people dead. These coordinated attacks came on Saturday. 4 suicide bombers, back to back to back. The state's emergency management agency were quite very quick in responding to this emergency. The Director General of SEMA in Borno State, Barkindo Seidu, he witnessed the first blast, as a matter of fact, and he said in his presence at about 3 p.m., the first bomb blast went off in Goza. It was detonated by a female suicide bomber in the midst of a marriage ceremony celebration. That is what he said. He also, Barkindo says, that blast affected more than 30 persons with various levels of injuries and some instant death. He said some minutes later, another blast occurred around the General Hospital area. The wedding, according to him, was held at Tashan Maraba near the fire service in Goza town. If you're familiar with the trajectory of Boko Haram, when Boko Haram was Boko Haram, Goza was their, apart from Sambisa Forest, Goza was their stronghold when it comes to terrorism back in the day. As a matter of fact, coming back to the event of Saturday, a survivor who saw what happened with the first bomb blast said that it was detonated by a lady who was carrying a baby on her back. Isn't that crazy? I mean, that should be the craziest thing. If you want to die, go and die. Why carry the baby along? That was the first bomb blast. The second bomb blast, as people were gathered to bury those killed at the wedding, another blast happened. many people also affected in the second blast. While people were rushing the injured to the hospital, coordinating the rescue mission and all those things, another one went off. In total, 4 blasts went off. Let's not dwell too much on that. It's sad. It's tragic. We were once in this position some years back. The fear of many since morning. I've watched videos. I've watched interviews. I've listened to many interviews. The fear that I could hear from security experts, analysts in the intelligence space, and all of those. The fear is that, is this coming back again? It's been long. We had coordinated attacks were during the peak of Boko Haram attacks, when they had the time to strategize, when they had the time to execute. But at some point, they lost that time because of the closeness, because of the pursuit by security agencies. But now, they've had the time to plan and execute. 4. I don't know what is going on. I can't tell you exactly what is going on. I'm sure that we'll hear more from the police authority, from the military authorities as to what could be happening. What are we likely to be experiencing? Or what are we likely to experience in the nearest future? But I do know that this is a statement. It's a strong statement to pass a message. How has the message been received? Would find out in days to come. 277-0993, 277-1993, 277-2993, and 2773-993. Let's hang up on this one and jump on another call quickly. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Brother Kekere.
Good afternoon, sir.
Well done. I'm Godwin calling from Lakwe.
Let's hear you.
Yes, concerning the local government and the state government, I am not surprised. Do you know why? The reason is this. The illegality has become the legal in the current system of Nigeria democracy. Somebody in the 4th position becoming a governor, and those who did not even register for now become Senate and whatever. That aside, for the aircraft crash, in operation, a lot of things happen, both lives and property. So, though there is possibility of some other something involved, but in operation, a lot is happening. Life has been lost. Unfortunately, the government does not care for the military, for the security agencies that are using their life both day and night and taking the risk for whatever to work out in this country.
Thank you.
While the politicians go with heavy millions and whatever with their family on board.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you for your thought. Appreciate it. Prince is calling us. Let's speak with Prince quickly. Prince, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sharif.
Yes, good afternoon, Prince.
Oh, you said something
yes,
quite
good afternoon,
just
Prince.
quite now that if that bomber want to go and die, she should go and die. Why carrying the innocent poor child? But I've been reasoning about this since morning, since I realized about this news that these people, these ladies being used as these bombers, will you think that they are very ignorant about what they are even carrying? It's possible, because the level of ignorancy in those areas is on the very high side.
Indeed.
Don't be surprised that they might told them that just go with this. When you get there, press it, and people will just be laughing. Don't be surprised, because it doesn't make sense. As a human being, nobody wants to die. So, not to talk of you going with your baby, even the second was carrying the child, holding them. Not to talk of the one that is backing. So the government needs to, they are not doing anything, honestly, Sheriff. It's so painful. The sensitization they are meant to be doing in those areas is on a they are not doing anything at all. Because I thought we've forgotten about this. I was shocked when I hear about this again. Coordinated attack, different places. Honestly, it's so sad. It's so sad. But I know those ladies, they don't know what they are carrying at all, and they don't know the consequences at all. I'm very sure about that. Have a nice day, Sheriff.
You too, Prince. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Let's jump on this call here. Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Sheriff. Good afternoon.
Please turn off your radio quickly.
I'm sorry, please. This is Amos calling from the police.
Amos, we're struggling to hear you still.
Can you hear me?
Yes, better now.
Okay. I think if I should blame the ignorant women or the people that committed suicide, I channel it to our leaders.
Amos, I think you're going to have to call me back. You're not sounding very clear at all. There's noise in the background. I don't know why you can... are you somewhere where you can't speak up or something? Oh, Amos is gone. Let's take this call here. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Sheriff. Good
yes,
afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
My name is Odumuyiwa.
Let's talk.
It is way. Okay, let me start this way. Can the government deny that they don't know what is going on in the country with all the manners of videos everywhere? How terrorists are displaying guns, sophisticated weapons in our country. How they are using helicopter to supply terrorists in our land. If you have the video evidence, I have it plenty. So does it mean the government don't know about this? Why did they allow, oh God.
Oh God.
When do we go to this stage? I mean, I was born in the 70s. When do we go to this stage that those that we submit our sovereignty, our life, if they say we should not go out tomorrow, nobody will try it. We submit our life to you guys, and you say you are our leaders, and you are seeing terrorists entering everywhere. You are not here. Let me just say, this thing they are planting, it will consume them too. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Appreciate. Rapruchuku joins us now. Let's speak with him. Rapruchuku, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, please.
I greet you.
I salute you.
Okay. I want to speak on Air Force jet crash. Air Force jet crash.
Let's hear you clearly.
Okay. Well, it's very unfortunate, but at the same time, it left me with one or two questions. Does it mean that we don't have experts handling these jets and asking the authorities concerned? Or just like trained military personnel handling the aircraft? Or is it act of recklessness? Is government properties? No one is, I don't care attitude. Otherwise, I want to speak in my Igbo language, a proverb. I'm asking the authorities. It's high time we take carefulness on handling our own things.
Okay. All right.
Then.
All right.
For the
let's move on. Let's move on. Thank you so much, Rapruchuku.
Yeah, for the
thank you.
governors.
No, thank you. You spent quite a whole lot trying to talk about one issue. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, do try and just listen to the radio. Huh? Let's get other calls in. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Toby from Songota.
Welcome, Movie. Welcome.
I want to talk about the last news. Okay, I'm sorry, but is it not high time the government release the name of those people sponsoring this? With the 400 names Dubai released to us.
Okay.
Because once you get to them there, these people will be powerless. But since the government is doing nothing about it, just relax, doing nothing, I don't know. They're not they get mad already. That ginger go, they say, since our sponsor is there, the people sponsoring us is there, nothing can happen to us too. That's what I don't see. Because I don't know, I don't write the news Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I was very, 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 very unhappy. I even went to church very, very sad. God help us.
Yes, indeed. I hear that a lot. God help us. But we'll see. We'll see what happens eventually. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sherry.
Yes, please. Amos, where you are is still quite noisy and I can hear myself. It's very noisy and I can hear myself. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but as you can't hear me, I can
Yes,
hear you.
it's almost like you're whispering, Amos. That's how it sounds here.
Sorry.
You may want to call me back. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for understanding. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Sherry.
Yes, please.
I don't know if I'm free to talk again.
Malik.
Yeah.
Malik, you already shared your thought, huh?
Okay.
Let's give others the opportunity.
Rest in peace for the baby. That's all I'll say.
All right, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, Sherry.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
On the issue of the bombing,
okay,
it's so sad that it occurred again that, and we pray that it should not continue. But I want people to know that a bomber, a suicide bomber may be living with you in the same house and you will not know. It depends who is preparing them.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Liemo. Your line started acting up. I'm so sorry. We're trying to call me back. But here's the thing. It's not my job. It's not your job to know a suicide bomber. It's the job of the intelligence. It's about the intelligence management of the country's military, the DSS and the rest of them. That is their job. That's what they sign up to do, right? It's not mine. It's not yours, right? If you happen to know, you can supply the information. You can provide them with useful tips and heads up if you happen to know. But primarily, it is their job to find out these things before they happen, not when they're happening or what they're about to happen. To find and stop them before they happen. Oh, yeah. You know what? We're going to take a quick break right now. When we return, we'll take a few more calls before we head in. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure I'll be coming back because of the that is coming up. So I'm just going to step aside for David to do his thing. Once it's done, I would say my bye-byes. David is here. David, how are you doing?
I'm good. Definitely want to reintroduce to you. Let's pretend you didn't know before now that star 347 star 880 is the magic USSD code that is changing lives. I'm not just saying that. At this point, hundreds, probably thousands of people have been winning money since around this time last year, and you can be one of them. It's no longer strange news, but if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you. Don't worry, I'm nice like that. You need to dial the code star 347 star 880 star 3 hash. Make sure you have 500 naira on your phone and follow the instructions that come from the prompt, or you could go to the internet at www.oneplay.ng. Go there, select Nigeria Info as your station, and make sure that you're ready to part with 500 naira per ticket. Now you can play as many times as possible to afford yourself ample chance of winning. Yes, because the more you play, obviously the better your chances of winning. That said, make sure that you are playing responsibly. Make sure that you are parting with only what you can afford to do so with, and make sure that once you play, you keep your phone close and make sure you have it charged. At the end of the week, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot given away. Yes, this time this one is bigger than every other one you hear throughout the week, and to qualify for that one, all you have to do is play the game during the week. So playing today, for instance, will qualify you to win on Friday in 4-5 days time. Make sure you are playing as many times as possible to give yourself the ample chance of winning. Make sure you're playing responsibly and make sure you are above the age of 18. That is very, very important. Now, One Play is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Start playing. Don't wait for me to prompt you. I've done enough on that point.
Ah, there you go. David, thanks for trying. You've done enough. You've tried, which is very good. It's what is expected of any human. to try and help others. Well, that's where we'll call it a day here on Hard Facts, the big weekend. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 3 p.m. to take a look at the biggest stories tomorrow. At the same time, also get your thoughts in on the biggest conversations. Remember, I Beg to Differ Nationals is coming up August 12. We'll have winners of I Beg to Differ Abuja, winners of I Beg to Differ Port Harcourt, and the winners of I Beg to Differ Lagos. They will be here in Lagos to slug it out for 3 weeks, every day, non-stop. It is a competition of champions that we know that you enjoy. So if you'd like to be a part of this, if you'd like to sponsor, if you'd like to do one or two things, maybe you just want to give gifts to these kids, you just want to give them something, feel free to do that because it's open. Our doors are open. You can call these numbers. Larry is 0706 827 1163. And I would advise that even if you don't have a plan, but you know that you want to do something, start the conversation now. Because even if we know that we want to give these kids the best, right? But we also have limits because we can't flood the entire realm of efforts. So we'll be limited the number of sponsors and partners we can get into I Beg to Differ. So don't be late. And you know that this is going to be nationwide. The entire country will be listening. So call Larry on 0706 827 1163. You can call Shola on 0907 173 3835. That is 0907 173 3835. Or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. That's Nigeria Info, not Nigerian Info. info@nigeriainfo.fm. Send an email. Let's have a conversation. We're open to whatever it is that you have that you want to support or sponsor this show with. I'm Sheriff Quadry. See you tomorrow. Femi and the gang is next after the commercials. Good evening to you.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Guy, what do you think about
99.3 Nigeria Info? We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.